me on AP Rek'Sai mid.
You
AP
pick it, I play
Rek'Sai
it.
mid.
Okay, guys. First up, ban your PTSD. Okay.
You got it, Dawes.
Who did I ban last game?
You know what? I'm not gonna ban my PTSD. I'm gonna ban this shit.
Who did I ban last game? Does anyone remember?
Sad.
No.
You can ban. There's lots of bans. Yumi, Master Yi, Vlad. Yeah, it's all good bans.
Oh, I banned Italy last time.
Oh, look at their bans. What the hell?
Oh, those are all Logan's champions.
Yeah, they banned Logan's champ.
Alright, don't worry, I have a very diverse champion.
What are we playing, Parth?
Okay. So what you want to do is you set up yourself with some nice picks, 1 and 2, and then you int the rest of the draft. Okay.
Bye.
Okay.
Alright, sounds like a plan.
And then you give me counter pick so I can feed. Okay.
Oh, we're weak.
But what should I pick?
I don't know, man. Like, okay, what do you want against Warwick?
Anything.
Anivia.
Go play Caitlyn again. Play Caitlyn.
Kaylin?
No, Caitlyn.
Okay. I can't guarantee results, but
Okay. Eric, yeah, lock that shit in. Okay. Draft
Alright,
diff. Incoming boys.
here we go, literally.
We literally have Anivia. Never countered.
No way to counter second pick Anivia.
Yeah.
Wait, Eric, why did you pick Anivia?
It's Eric's main.
It's my main champion.
Flash Blitz. Alright, what do you got for me?
Seems like a free morgue.
What do you got for me? Help. What do I pick?
Actually, Moria is pretty insane with the black shield.
Pick me. Pick Shen.
Come on, Shen.
Yeah, just go dog champ. Okay, like what the hell?
Dog champ, you got it, boss. What do I take on this guy? Grasp?
Grasp.
Do you want a tank jungler or a damage jungler?
Grasp.
We need a damage jungler.
Okay. Do you want like
Mo, I heard you like.
Hecarim, Olaf, or
Mo, I heard you like getting countered. Okay, so we're gonna pick Master Yi.
they ban Master Yi.
Oh.
I can give you if you want. Like I can give you Nocturne, Hecarim, Olaf.
Let's go. Let's do the Nocturne here. We have the Nocturne Shen combo, man.
What are my runes?
Grasp.
Secondary.
John.
Secondary.
I don't know, dude.
Or Karthus.
No, don't go Karthus.
Alright.
Wait, do I do shield bash?
Yes.
Okay, and
Grasp, shield bash. The middle
conditioning.
one.
Second wind.
The middle one
Shield.
and overgrowth.
The middle one.
And what? Sorry?
Overgrowth.
Overgrowth, yeah.
And
then
secondary is Legend Alacrity and Coup de Grace.
Legend Alacrity.
Or Tenacity. Tenacity and Coup de Grace.
Sure.
And your tree is attack speed, armor, MR.
Okay.
Sure.
Don't worry. Okay, guys. I think our draft.
Alright, with that, we're going to be jumping into this game. The drafts here seem pretty even. The drafts were actually shown. Well, shown from one side at least. This is going to be around a gold level flex game. So let's get right into it. I'm basically starting this as soon as they got into game. So I had to deal with the Spectre delay and all that. But just in general, I do think blue team has a pretty solid pick comp, just with Garen, LeBlanc, Blitzcrank, Ashe, and Warwick, all champions that can single out targets and kill them off. Whereas red team drafted themselves a really aggressive composition here with the Shen Nocturne dive combo that they can pull off around the mid game, facilitated by Nautilus's lockdown as well, and even the Anivia, which can definitely do wonders in blocking people's escape routes, or it could be used in a lot of ways. It's a strange thing to stuff an Anivia into this composition. Something like an Orianna, I feel, will work a lot better here. But sometimes, comfort rises above all else. And if you're really good at a certain champion, you can definitely make them work in any circumstance. Oh, is this going to be an invade? Very, very early on. 40 seconds in. We're going to have an inmate and both teams encounter each other. Blitzcrank's gonna start a hook. It's gonna pull out the Shen. Shen goes in, but he's not taking too much damage until now. He does die, but first blood already goes over to red team. Warwick gets set on fire and he has to flash away to keep himself safe. So 1-for-1 for now, but are they backing off? The strafe is coming off from the Ashe. The volley slow is there. Oh, Nautilus, he hooks into the corner of a wall, and there's the Anivia, but the stun goes wide. The hook, it goes out onto the Caitlyn. She will have to flash and heal to save herself, but the fight is still going on. Dustbringer comes out for the Nocturne. Umbra Blaze, is it available? No, it's not. The volley, it kills off the Ashe from long range, but the Blitzcrank is the next to go. Flashing, exchanged on the top side. Ashe has been uncontested. She's still hitting. Nautilus has to defensively flash out. Anivia only has the Flash Frost. Can she make a stun happen? Yes, she can. Can the base damage finish it? It does. Anivia gets egged up. Warwick rejoins the fight. He's so healthy, and the Nautilus cannot really withstand this. He has to back off as well. The Flash Frost stuns too. Anivia backs off. What a fiesta of a start. Top lane has locked themselves on an island, wishing for no more of this madness, and now the game begins. 4-3, the overall score, and Ashe gets the lion's share of that, walking away with 2 kills and 2 assists. Certainly a very positive start here for blue team. Although all things said and done, it is not necessarily the worst thing. Anivia lost her egg, and basically everybody lost all of their summoners. But as we stand, a pretty even game state, all things considered. Warwick gets an extraordinarily late lane clear, finishing off his first camp after almost a minute since spawn time. And so is the Nocturne. Both junglers have to resort to a leashless start. It's a very interesting early game here. With both junglers starting off with such a slow start, I wonder how the rest of the lane will shape up. Who will each jungler opt to gank first from this position? It is such an extended level 1. Blitzcrank's waiting in the brush. There's a pink ward. Very early pink ward dropped in the bottom brush. You could probably try to make a pick happen. Anivia chains it up. Doesn't seem like too much else is happening. Now Blitzcrank is asserting himself, walking up. It's going to temporarily force bot lane back. The hook, it does go wide. Meanwhile, top lane. Oh, Shen, he's tanking Judgment for free. He is going for it. The taunt, the attack speed, the slap, it's all there. Garen pops the courage to try to walk away. He does withstand a significant amount of the poke, but there he is. He's coming back with the Judgment. Wu Shen, he needs to look for more trades. Tanking spin damage for free is not the way to go. Neither top laners have a potion left, although if neither top laners have a potion, Garen will win from that position because of his passive. There's the taunt. Shen wants to make it happen again. The dodges are coming out. It's hitting the shroud. Nothing is happening. The Shen, he can make a kill happen if he plays this through. If he flashes and brings the blade behind the Garen, that could be a kill. But that is not the play that they will try. Shen does handily win those trades. He is just fine. Garen is climbing up to a very minor CS lead. And Warwick, oh, he's never left. He's still here. How insidious is that? There's the Garen. The silence is coming down. Is there going to be a flash? No, no flash from either team. Shen just walks away. This sequence is actually costing Garen a little bit. Yeah, he's getting farm, but he's not getting full EXP for as long as the Warwick is in his lane. The Shen will fall behind in CS after that sequence of events. The long distance hook will not hit. The dredge line sure as hell will. The trap, it cuts off Ashe's escape route. She lands on the trap. She's taking damage. One more shot will do it. There's a shutdown coming out onto the Caitlyn, onto the Ashe. There's the Shen. He's coming back for another aggressive trade. Caitlyn plants a trap behind the tower. It's being hidden by terrain. And the Blitz, he takes it. Hook, line, and sinker. Beautiful trap hiding. Blitzcrank never knew what hit him. And now red team, they hopped out to a very early lead. Shen though, he can go for this trade. Pull the blade back through the Garen and you can actually get a really positive trade. Although trading now is no longer in his best interest. He does need to catch up on the farm. And the Warwick comes over. He has a smite. He wants the steal. He gets the steal at 18 health of the Drake. He will die for it. I will say this early on, dying for the first Drake as a jungler is terrible. It is absolutely not worth this exchange. If you get set back so far, especially considering the enemy jungler is still farming, and any lost farming time early on that's not being used productively, i.e. dying, is horrible. If jungler is such a volatile role, where if you fall behind, it's sometimes very difficult to make plays and come back because the enemy jungler can always be stronger than you, can always fight one step ahead of you. Now Anivia is tanking some damage here in the mid lane, but they're both totally fine. Since the early aggression, and aside from bot lane, there hasn't been too many kills. Since the 4-3 start, red team has since picked up 3 additional kills. But really, nothing else has actually happened. Dredge Line will hit onto the Ashe. The Ashe trap will land the net, the combo, the shots are out there. There is the final bullet coming out, carrying through the Ashe's flash. Blitzcrank will have to flash away as well defensively, and the bird gets the egg. The rebirth did come up in the nick of time, more or less. It was just within 5 to 10 seconds of coming online. Blitzcrank finds the hook onto the Nautilus. Nautilus gets hooked into the darkness. Warwick is coming down. He smells the blood. He wants to make the action happen, but he eats a Caitlyn net instead of human flesh, and that is going to drive him away for now. 1,000 gold ahead. Tiamat comes out from the Shen. The standard item buy. I will say, however, because he's actually so far behind in CS, it is now in his interest to freeze that wave forever instead of actually fighting onto the Garen. And buying a Tiamat makes it way harder to actually freeze. He did TP back into a really good lane position, and actually, just a brief rant on that. If you're going to expend TP this early on, especially when the wave is in this position and you're hitting into like 5 minions with no minions of your own, perfect time for a freeze. You don't actually have to do anything with that TP. You just stand there, kite the minions around, and you freeze forever. But if you buy a Tiamat, that's no longer possible. Garen's gonna TP back, get himself a solo kill onto the Shen as well. I do feel like that TP was slightly mismanaged. And as a result, that might be a terrible, terrible event for top lane. Because now, suddenly without TP, with Stand United still up, the Shen has some not in lane time ahead of him. And with Garen being quite a bit ahead of him, it is not too great of a deal. Anivia breaks her convincing stopwatch. Or just regular stopwatch, actually. No, that's convincing stopwatch. But it trades into LeBlanc's flash. She must have thought she was going to die from that trade. And then she just runs away from the golden bird. The shining ray of hope here for red team. Caitlyn is incredibly far ahead in this lane matchups, thanks to red team finding their own advantages more or less in bot lane. And so far in this game, both junglers more or less invisible. Neither has really made a positive map play yet. Nocturne has been farming up, covering mid, shoving it out whenever, and Warwick hasn't necessarily made a good gank camping. He stole Dragon, but at the cost of his own life, which, you know, is never a worthwhile trade this early on. He is going to help himself to the Herald. Will the Nocturne be privy to this? I think it's too late. Wait, let's check. Yeah, it is far too late. Warwick gets it. He is going to take the Herald for himself. Mostly uncontested 9.5 minutes in. And the huge symptom of that is just because top lane is actually bleeding quite a bit of pressure here from red team. When the game gets to this position, it is really awkward for the top laner to play. This is where you actually do need to involve a jungler to try to bail you out. The problem here is Shen and Nocturne probably doesn't do enough to kill a Garen from foe. So it's a really tricky position. It looks like they're gonna try it anyway. I'm not sure if this is the best bet. Garen is 2 levels on top of the jungler, 1 level above the Shen. If they want to force this gank, it is incredibly tricky. They might just try it right now. There's a paranoia. The Nocturne comes in, and there is the fear is coming out. The flea is going down. Garen has no movement speed from the decisive strike anymore, but he is gonna run away. Red is being applied to him. He will flash away. Yeah, they do not have the damage to kill him. You cannot force it from that position. And then Nivea is going to be solo killed at the mid lane as well. And here is the really awful part about doing that gank. Depending on how your lane state is after that gank, you may no longer have CS access as well. If you just completely botch your way of doing. And it seems like the Shen did. Oh, he is going to try for a taunt. Try to go for some damage to Judgment. It's just scraping through the shields. But the Garen, he's got the big sword. Is he going to drop it? He does! He gets a solo kill. That was not a winnable fight for the Shen, but here comes the Nocturne. He wants to make something happen. Garen has no spells left, but he has quite a bit of base health. It's working in his favor. Nocturne is cleaving him down, but that fight is way too close. Ashe walks back into a trap! And the Nocturne, no, not the Nocturne, the Warwick rather, is going to respawn by dropping the Herald down at mid lane. So far, all of Red Team's advantages more or less being generated from their bottom lane. And the Nocturne might not be long for this world. Warwick breaks the shield despite the fleet does go down. And there is a suppression. There's the ultimate, but the Stand United comes down. The Warwick must have noticed. And the Nocturne is going to take himself a free kill here thanks to the Stand United coverage. Always budget for globals. Now, Warwick did not learn that lesson firsthand. Whoa! The Blitzcrank gets tricked once again by the hiding the trap under the tower trick. It works every single time. He is going to be killed off for the 4th time here. Bot lane has died 9 times this game. And Caitlyn has taken 7 of those. She's got Infinity Edge at... what time was it? An 8-minute Infinity... 9 minutes. Well, 9-minute Infinity Edge. Holy hell. That is so fast. Red team is 3,000 gold ahead. Most of it is on the Caitlyn, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, this 2,000 of it is on the Caitlyn. That is such an insurmountable lead here for bot lane. The Ashe is just being killed on command. She took all the gold she got from the level 1 fight, went back and bought the call, and it's still not done yet. It's almost done. And this is, it seems like she's working on her... That's not Reaver. She's eye-edging first? On Ashe? Oh man, I have not played ADC in so long. Do people do that? I feel like that's wrong. I feel like that's really wrong. It's either Reaver or Blade of the Ruin King nowadays, isn't it? And there it is, a free kill going over to the Caitlyn. Double kill yet again. It's just free money every time you walk down there. There are 2 ATMs installed in bottom lane that just spit out money. They can't help it. They're broken ATMs. You don't even have to stick a card in and make a withdrawal. They just keep spitting out money. That is what the Caitlyn's experiencing right now. That's just a veritable money shower. Although the LeBlanc is here. Can she crash the party? Doesn't seem like she can. Red team will just walk away uncontested, but it is almost 14 minutes in. LeBlanc dashes in onto a ward, so she has to call off the distortion. Top lane is still going on. Shen needs to get his Stand United cooldown back up, but really now all he needs to do, he doesn't need to do anything fancy. He just needs to hold the Garen. Stop Garen from killing his tower. And for a Shen, that is more than easy. And maybe a cheeky wall there, intercepting Dredgeline. It actually helps him reset Dredgeline's cooldown. That is a 500 IQ wall. But yes, the Shen doesn't need to walk up, doesn't need to go for kills from this position. He doesn't actually have any armor items. He just has a Bomby Cinder, which means he's quite far behind. Especially up against Black Cleaver. It's not the Trinity Force Garen build. So he probably goes full tank from this position. Although I will say, since the Judgment change, where it scales his attack speed, I've liked tank Garen less and less. It just doesn't do nearly as much impact as any other tank Juggernaut you can think of. I seriously dislike this Cleaver buy, especially when in a position where he is clearly winning the lane. I feel like he could stand to leverage his lead a lot more just by going the standard Triforce PD builds. Cleaver into what I'm assuming is at best Sterak's, at worst full tank. Not necessarily the highest impact that a Garen can bring out into a game. Not saying it doesn't work, it's just quite suboptimal. They're camping this red buff, waiting for someone to take it, although... I mean... their objectives are a little bit off, as globals are the name of the game. And right now, they're just not there. They set up a catch. It's like trying to hunt for penguins in the North Pole. Like, yeah, you have a net cast out, but they don't even live there right now. LeBlanc does get hooked in. The flash draw lands, the stun is there. The ignite goes down. She is gonna double the sword away, and there's the bullet. Blitzcrank flashes in for a single static field, and that's not gonna do anything. The Nocturne is gonna come in. It's gonna bring the Shen Express down as well. Ash drops down onto the ground. That is gonna be 3 bodies for nothing. That also should be Infernal Drake. Where did the Garen go? Did he recall? He's camping in Tribrush, but he wasn't a part of that fight. If they want to make something happen, they need to make it happen now. The spin is coming down. The splash from the Infernal Drake. Blue team steals it. The Nocturne cannot smite it in time. And the Garen, he's going to come back. He gets a dunk. He gets a shutdown onto the Nocturne. The Caitlyn has been exposed. She has no help, no health. And there she is, legendary. She will get the kill, surviving by the skin of her teeth. 4 for 1 overall, however, red team. Oh, red team. Despite how far ahead you are, for the life of them, cannot secure a global objective. They've lost the Herald. They lost 3 dragons to nothing. And they just cannot make a good play happen on the map. They are so fed. They can win team fights on command. But they just cannot convert that into any meaningful map wins. Even the tower count favors blue team. How is that possible? Does seem like time is running out. Oh, Blitzcrank. He misses the hook. Is that the death of him? The net will land, and there is the headshot bonus going down from the Caitlyn, and the blue orb spots out the LeBlanc. LeBlanc has to distort over to save herself, and now finally it seems like Caitlyn can fully take her rep off uncontested, but no, she's not interested in that. She is going top lane. They want to kill off the Ashe. Doesn't seem like a doable kill at this moment in time. But their wave management leaves a lot to be desired at this moment in time. No lane has a positive wave that they can actually work off, which is a shame considering how far ahead their champions are. But they just can't convert that into any objectives. They don't have waves anywhere. They're being out-pushed and out-managed. Blue team, they're doing a very good job stalling it out. The Blitzcrank, he's gonna try for an aggressive trade. Is it gonna be the Paranoia support? Yes, it will be. Dredge Line and the depth charge. It gets all committed before he dies to the tower. But the Nocturne, he's overdove. He's dead. And now the Caitlyn is exposed and alone. She cannot continue pushing. Red team has their priorities all off. They need to be hitting towers. Going for these dives. Going for these dives is very dangerous. You need bodies alive to win objectives, and objectives is absolutely 100% what you need. Going for these dives thinking that you die, like thinking to sacrifice a few bodies just to get a few kills, is not worth it. When you commit all of your dive resources to rotate in, blue team can just constantly send in reinforcements. Suddenly you can't do anything. Anivia gonna flash over the wall. Flash Frost will aggro the Herald. Seraph's shield goes down onto the bird as well. The Ignite is taking the standalones. Stand United is here, not standalone. That is the complete opposite. It seems like red team, they're thirsty. They want to get some objective, but Garen, nobody is managing the bot mini wave. Garen's gonna get a free tower off this, and LeBlanc cancels the recall. She won't even die for this. Nautilus flash ignites in, but EO's absolutely nothing. And the Garen is still uncontested. And the Herald is out of combat. It's gone. It's gonna despawn for the Baron. Red team, they commit so much. They even TP in, but they don't get anything. They lose the Herald. They lose the tower. And Garen might just kill the Shen right here, right now. He is not something that Shen can fight alone at this moment in time. Blue team also tries the Herald but fails, and now Baron has spawned on the Rift. Still, red team, 0 objectives to speak of. That is not how you play the mid game. They are simply playing mid game rotations wrong. Despite a 11 kill lead, the gold lead certainly is not reflecting that. Blue team is still so far ahead of them macroeconomically. They will go for the catch out onto the Garen, but he's so strong. The big sword dunks onto the Shen, and he needs to try to get out. Ashe dies for what it seems like the 100th time this game, and Caitlyn gets herself a 14th kill. But does it even matter? As the Garen, the judgment, the Nocturne over chases, and he is going to die. Glacial Storm goes down from the Anivia. She needs the spike. She gets the icicle, and they do kill off the Garen. But at what cost? They come in with so many bodies in the bottom lane, and the dragon is spawning. The strongest members are topside. This is Infernal Soul. The resets came in too late. I don't think they can contest this. Warwick is already in the pit. This is going to be the Infernal Soul for blue team. They found their win condition and they're gonna take it. The arrow smacks Anivia cold dead in the face. They're booking it down there as fast as they possibly can. Shen is first to the scene. He sees the dragon being taken. He needs to try to stop this. This is red team's last chance. They need to stop this before red team. No, they get the Inferno, so red team does not secure it in the nick of time, but they do win a team fight right here. Garen teleports in, but can he make anything happen here? No, he's being controlled. He's being slowed. He's being killed. Red team pings out Baron. They know that this is their only chance to grab it. It is their only window to get it and kill off the Infernal Soul as well. I will say blue team is so far behind individually that this Infernal Soul probably does not give them the combat advantage needed to suddenly win fights. However, it does put Elder on the table, and that will do it. And it does mean that red team is still continuing their streak of never being able to find a mapped objective. And there's a LeBlanc. She's coming in. She wants to secure something. The taunt goes up. The Schism will save her with the invisibility. The clone does not get in time to tank. And that's going to be kill number 16 over to the Caitlyn, who is on the other side of the wall. It is going to be the Ashe. Can she secure it? No, she cannot. She's up against the Smite. She can't do it. And now she's being surrounded. She flashes into the Shen. She wants to make this kill happen, but the dodge is coming down. The taunt is there. However, the Shen is so low, he will just immediately die. The Caitlyn is chasing up, but the wall is slow. Ice and fire smacking her in the face simultaneously. The Ashe will pop the blast cone. She will try to make it out. The Nautilus is hot in pursuit. The Ashe shield from the Phantom Dancer will proc. Will save her. No, it will not. A beautiful dredge line from downtown. And the Caitlyn will nail the Ashe to the wall for the 17th kill. And now, with Baron buff in their pocket, they're forcing this engage. However, is this the right moment? Stopwatch goes down onto the Nocturne. They need to control the Garen. They can't seem to find any more damage. Is there additional CC? Yes, there is. Dredge line will land. The big sword does not get dropped. Demacian Justice will not be applied, and now this seems like to be a push. This is going to be a forceful push with no reset. Nocturne will have his shielding up by the Shen. Stand United comes in, 5-man strong. They begin this push. The taunt goes down onto the Blitzcrank. He gets caught under his own tower. The Shen is tanking tower shots. He doesn't have a million armor to survive this with. The crystal arrow smacks him on his way out. LeBlanc distorts into the ice field, and the bullet is going to kill her. Warwick cannot sprint there in time to block it, but the Caitlyn gets hooked in. The damage is coming down. QSS goes out. She immediately flashes back out for the self-heal. The wall is there. Blue team cannot run away. They are dropping like flies. It's just the Blitzcrank. He is not healthy. Cannot come back in. 24 minutes in. Red team is going to set themselves on a push. They are going to hit down the inhibitor. 21 kills for the Caitlyn. They are going to keep pushing. They want to end the game, but this is really Vice. Nocturne has no mana. The Garen is back up. He's the raid boss. He is the most fed member on blue team. Red team knows this. They are going for the full reset. However, they just did so much damage to blue team's base. That might have been the decisive push that they needed. I do think it came a little bit late, considering all the dragons that blue team has managed to get. Although now, in the map state with no global objectives to grab anymore for a very long time, it seems like red team can finally play to their forte, which is just forcing and winning team fights with individual power. And individual power is what the Caitlyn has in space. Watch this item buy. RFC comes down. And the entire last wave. Come on, buy something else. You have so many whoops. There's so many. You have so much money. Well, never mind. All she did was finish RC and buy Last Whisper. That is around a 2-point-something thousand gold back. It is definitely very luxurious. I did expect her inventory just like instantly fill up. Only one death to the Caitlyn's name at the very start of the game. Blue team did throw up a surrender bolt. I don't actually think they're out of it, although with that last push, this gold lead just got ballooned upwards. If you saw the gold graph, it would just be a sheer cliff. They just got so much money in so little time, and their full reset, they're coming back in. They still want more. Baron may have gone, but their power spike sure haven't. LeBlanc gets caught out. The paranoia kills her off instantly. No more mid laner to assist with this push, and now red team are going to start hammering down bottom lane, bring their punishment to the other lanes. Blitzcrank, he needs the miracle hook. He doesn't get the miracle hook. The dredge line will show him how a miracle hook is done. Ashe gets eviscerated where she stands. The siege is still coming down. 1 minion remaining. They need to make something happen here. Blue team cannot put a defense together. Glacial Storm is just cutting down their entrance into the wave clear. Without LeBlanc, without Ashe, it's suddenly they have no means of killing minions. All they can do is S-key behind their turret and hope for the best. For divine intervention, a fleet of angels wielding blazing swords to come down and slaughtering their opponents on their behalf. But no such miracle is happening. 22 kills to the Caitlyn. She's nearing the Kai'Sa's threshold. She might hit the Kai'Sa's threshold this game. The Blitzcrank is going to get controlled. The shoots are coming down. He is going to be killed off here. The robot initiates shutdown mode. He is out of the game, and this is the final inhibitor. Ashe has respawned. They need to put together this defense, but can they do it here? 10,000 gold lead. Flash, paranoia. Ashe is being dove. Infernal Soul be damned. She probably can't hold this. They will trade 1 for 1. They kill off the jungler with the AD carry, but that is going to be a worthwhile trade if red team can continue the siege. That is all 3 inhibitors down. They still have a healthy suppository of minions. They are going to try to make this push happen. The towers are being attacked right now, one after the other. They will fall. Blue team cannot put the defense together. They will go for one last Hail Mary. Is this going to be enough? It does drive them off temporarily. Blitzcrank, the miracle hook. It hits onto the Caitlyn. The QSS comes out. She is going to run away and peel back. They can no longer reach her. The Garen, he's trying. He's being shot. His legs are disabled. He's crawling his way there. He is going to take down the Nautilus with him. But that is not the target that you need to kill. LeBlanc is coming in, the burst is going down, but she takes so much in return. The enchanted crystal arrow goes down to the Caitlyn, but it is not enough. Legendary sniper shoots down the frost archer. Here comes the Warwick. The ulti goes down. No QSS. But the game is over. I held in that cough for so long. No QSS, but the Caitlyn does not die. Saved by the bell at the nick of time. Oh boy, what a game.